Good work so far. You're ready to proceed to Edinburgh Waverley, where there's a scheduled crew change. And I'm kind of messing around here in the cab, but yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Train Simulator Classic. I'm Cyclone. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever it is for your part of the world. I realize now that I didn't actually end properly last time on that goodbye, so that's what you get when you try to do a quick changeover in the middle of a scenario. We're going to try to make our way out at 5 miles per hour, which sounds like an easy task until you realize I'm going to have 8 freight cars pushing me down a 1 in 100 gradient. So I don't know why they set up like this. I mean, why? Then we have to do it Indy 500 style. So we have to be at Falkirk, Grahamston by some point. Now you're going to notice that I did change my timing on the Polmont up loop to 2012 with apparent departure 2015. That doesn't seem like a proper way that it was set up. I don't know why it was set up like that, but it is. That's what you call screwing up when you're setting everything. Hopefully we make it to the Polmont up loop in time. Putting brakes on. I do have legitimate concerns. I may not give myself enough time now. We're going to try and get into this 15 mile per hour section for the for another lane change, but we're going to be eventually moving to a 70. So we're finally going to be able to go some decent speeds here in this train until we get to a 25 later on. That's going to probably slow us down again as we join the main line. Once we're on the main line, we're free and clear. Should be pretty easy from there. This is the business end of the route right here. We are still going to have to go 5 for a while, aren't we? Oh, this is gross. This is gross. All I can say. We're still on a 1 in 100. Gotta turn the wipers on again, because, you know. Well, it's now a 1 in 101 gradient. There you go. We gained 1 on the gradient. There we go. It's just slightly smoother. Just a nudge smoother. You hardly even notice it smoother. It's that much smoother you hardly even notice it. We're at a 15 now. We can't be at a 15 already, can we? Apparently we are. Okay, we'll speed up. We're still on a 1 in 101 gradient. We have a yellow signal ahead, which is worrying. Oh, we have 70 as well. So if not for that yellow signal, I'd actually be very happy about the 70 right now. But that yellow signal has me not happy about 70 right now. There's the other. I didn't think it was going off for a second, but yeah, I knew it was working on this train. It's indicating that we have a lane change coming up. We're going to be going to the left. Notice that we have a 50 on that lane change. We have another warning for that 50 apparently coming up. It's taking its time to show up because we're expected to be going 70 in this lane, but we just left the siding, so we don't get that luxury. Also a 40 coming up. We're going to be alerted to that too in a second, I think. Going to add a little more throttle to get ourselves up to the 40 speed at least. We're going to have 2 sections at 40. We're going to be going back through Falkirk, Grahamston to get to Polmont here, ladies and gentlemen. Means we're going to be seeing Camelon once again. No sidings between Grangemouth and Larbert along that line. It's too bad they don't have a siding in that area because it would be a lot more convenient from our perspective. Like put a siding at Falkirk, Grahamston, you can do whatever run around you want to do. That would be convenient. Need to put a little throttle back on here, so we'll do that. Saw that red thing coming up for a second, worried what that was. It was actually a 50-mile-per-hour speed limit showing up there, so nothing to really worry about. We're good. Not really gaining any speed at all here. I mean, we're close to our speed limit. That's pretty much where we want to be anyway. Close to our limit, but not over it. But I kind of want to be slightly higher. I believe this was Camelon. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am not your captain. Your captain will be coming someday. Falkirk Grahamston is coming up. It is our expected arrival time 1 minute ago. Well, 10 seconds ago at this point. Going to be approaching 1 minute ago. I love when times are in the past. This is just what I like to see, ladies and gentlemen. We're driving in the future. We're trying to reach the past. I'm sure it's all just fine. So we have a 60 coming up. That means we can speed up because we're in a 50 right now. That's convenient. So we're going to head through Falkirk Grahamston in just a moment. Let's get some speed on this train here. There, we've made it to Falkirk Grahamston, so that will clear that goal. We're going to be on time at this point, ladies and gentlemen, according to what I'm seeing. I hope that holds true. We're coming up to a 50, so let's not keep the throttle on at this point. Let's try to maintain under 51 at this stage. That's how you maintain 51. Okay, there you go. We're under 50 now. Perfect. That did the job. Another train. I think that was 170405 heading for Dunblane, conveniently. You have a stop at the Polmont loop to allow mainline trains to pass before you continue the run to Edinburgh Waverley. I think the mainline trains will be long gone by the time I get there. Just my guess. The only concern I have is if I'm going to arrive on time or in the future. Chasing the past once again. I could lose some points here. This is possible. Good news is I have lots of points available for the taking here, so this is a minor squabble to say the least. There is the Polmont North Up Loop. I think actually, no, that's not the Polmont North Up Loop. That's a little further ahead. There's something to do with Polmont up ahead. I can say that much. We have a 5 coming up here. Yeah, that is the up loop. Polmont up north. Yeah, that is the loop. We are going to be getting down to 5 in a hurry here. Oh boy. That's our stop. We can stop any time while we're entering that loop. So that's interesting. Our ETA is apparently stuck at 11 seconds before we have to get there. Okay. Let's try to get some speed going before we have to come to a stop. That'd be ideal. I kind of want us to be fully within the loop when we come to a stop because, you know, mainline trains have to pass. You can see we have a 70 after we get out of the loop, which is very, very convenient. But I'm getting tired of this 5 driving, you know? I'm not a fan of this 5 mile per hour speed limit. So at 5/10 of a mile, I'm going to go ahead and hit the brakes. Right now I'm keeping minimal throttle applied. 5/10 of a mile should give me enough distance to come to a stop, I think. We gotta shed 40 miles off our speed by that point. I might not need to brake too much actually, because this uphill gradient is doing quite a bit for me here. Let's brake a little bit. Ooh, I didn't think it was taking my press for a second. You might have heard me pounding that Q key because it didn't take it the first time I pushed it, apparently. But yeah, I did respond to the alert. I'm pretty sure I did that about 5 times. Our speed is coming off very nicely at this point. I might actually, yeah, I'm going to be well under. I don't want to get all the way down to 5 yet if I don't have to. I want to at least have some speed coming into the drop in speed limit. I think I'm going to be able to, oh, I might be pulling up to it right at the right moment here. Let's ease those brakes off just a little bit. Slow that drop a little. Yeah, we're going to get down in time, no problem. No problem. Gonna take those brakes off now, and we're going to need to drop another nudge, aren't we? Oh, it's gonna be one of those. There we go. Didn't want to have to do it that way, but I had to. I'm now pulling onto the loop, but I'm not actually under. Now I'm under the 5 mile per hour limit. Yeah, it was well in advance of the HUD. I saw the sign, I knew it was coming. So it is well in advance of what appears on the HUD. Don't just blindly trust the HUD, ladies and gentlemen. It's like anything else you read on the internet. It's not even on the internet. So we need to come to a stop by 2012 at this point. This is a little worrying. Yellow or green up ahead? That is a green. Yeah, we're just going to come to a stop. We're going to go. The trains have gone by, apparently, which is convenient. So I'm going to maintain speed until I have to stop at 2012. I don't know why my departure is 2015, but you know what? I'll take advantage of it on the final stop. If we have to come to a stop sticking out on the main line just a little bit, we will do that. I am not afraid to do that. I'm also not afraid to potentially lose a few points if I have to, but I shouldn't have to. Yeah, I'm going to be sticking out on the main line just a little bit as I do this stop, because I have to stop literally now. So we're going to have one car just kind of sticking out back there, and I'm going to accept that. So, oh, we're actually technically in. So we're going to come to a stop now. This will satisfy our stop requirement here. Let's look at the train. You have completed the scheduled stop at Polmont. Continue as signals allow. Thank you very much. Very quick burst of throttle to get ourselves at least moving. Then I'm going to cut the throttle down to a level 1 throttle in a hurry. I'm going to idle as I get to 4 just to make sure I don't speed too much. Actually, I'm not even going to have to worry about that. I can just keep it going. I never turned the headlights on this side. Let's fix that. little sloppy. I'm forgetting to turn the headlights on to show that I'm actually operational while I'm operating. Your periodic reminder that you are driving the Armstrong Powerhouse version of the Class 66. I will be honest, it is much better than the default one. Sorry, DTG, this is much better than the default one. The good news is your default one is needed to use this one. It's not a standalone package. But this is, I do like this one a lot better. It's something a lot of people say about Armstrong Powerhouse trains. In the case of this one, they're not wrong. At least the AWS buzzer works. You know, having the computer on over your head, available over your head, is very convenient as well. You can just say, you know, oh, is it not going to work now? Seriously? It's not going to work? Computer's not working anymore. Okay. Well, I thought the computer was working, but apparently it doesn't want to work anymore. Well, I didn't want to do that. Oh, that's a lot of speed drop. Keep it going. I'm a little puzzled why the computer is currently not working. Ooh, I'm messing around with this throttle a bit too much here. Get that speed down quickly, please. Thank you. Let's not mess around with those speed limits. If we have to drop it by a mile for a moment just to make sure we stay under, we'll drop it by a mile. Whoa. We're now on a 40, so we can speed up now. We're moving into a 90, which means we're going to hit our 70 or 75 limit coming up here. It looks like 70 is what we're allowed to travel here. In the 90, you can see it's lined up with the 90 sign. So that means 70 is our limit. I shouldn't put it up to too much. Notice that ammeter, the one on the far right, the one moving to the center of the top, like top center right now, it's in the green. There's a red area. It was getting a little close to the red, so I thought I better pull that throttle back a little bit just to make sure we don't overdo it. We're going to start bringing that up as we get to the 20. So I'm going to start increasing that power just a little bit more now. We're going to let this thing purr. Going to let this thing do what it's supposed to do. Ooh, I heard a little gap in the noise there. I don't know what that was. So we're going to go ahead and start moving this throttle up to full power so we can get ourselves moving quickly here. We have to get to Haymarket by 2036. Or is that 5? 2035? I set this time. I should know. Okay, I guess it is 2035. We're scheduled to be there 2 minutes before that, which is perfect. For some stupid reason, I set a departure time 2039, so I don't know why I did that. We only need 200 points, so we can be about a minute and a half late at this. We can actually be 2 minutes late, I think, and still be okay. We're going to try not to do that. We don't want to be 2 minutes late. That'd be stupid. That'd be very stupid. So I'm going to attempt to make an edited version of this scenario available in the workshop. If you know how to put it over the base one and you want to do that, you can definitely do that. Hopefully I remember to put this up before this video publishes and I can link to it. There's a 60 coming up, so yeah, we're going to idle that throttle now. Just when I thought I was going to be allowed to start getting this thing purring, we're going to have to cut it right back. I'm going to leave it 25% throttle for now so we don't lose all our speed at once. Actually, I'm going to move it up a bit more because we can actually stay in this speed a little longer. There goes a train that is surely going its 90 mile per hour or 100 mile per hour speed limit, whatever it is at that point. Okay, now we're going to cut it back. We start losing a little bit of speed now because we are coming up to that 60, which is ideal. I could use our brakes and keep the throttle applied, but that's just getting a little chancy at that point. So we're not going to do that. Not on this drive. Not on a career drive. On a standard drive, maybe we can play around like that, but not on a career drive. We'll make it some drive quality penalties in there, you know? Are we going to be down at 60 in time? That's the question of the day. Are we going to be down at 60 in time? I think we are. Oh, it's going to be very close. I'm going to let it go anyway, just to see. We did it. We did it. We got to 60.4 as it changed to 60, so there you go. And the 60 is for this viaduct that we are now crossing. So this beautiful, lovely viaduct whose name I still do not know. There you go. And there's Linlithgow coming up. The Linlithgow upline. We seem to be losing a minute on our ETA, which is unfortunate. So the possibility of being late still exists. I mean, it is about a 15-minute drive, so evidence of that is the Haymarket to Linlithgow to Haymarket scenario that we played. Going to start increasing the throttle and try and get some more speed on here because we want to try and gain into the 75 as we enter it. So we're gaining now. going to start bringing that throttle back just a little bit because we are getting close to our 75 speed limit. Ideally, we don't want to break that today. So we're at 62.5 for our level 5 throttle at this point. That is not going to... It's going to hold our speed for the moment, but it's not gaining any more speed to get to the speed limit. So I'm going to move it back to a level 6 throttle. Try to move ourselves just a wee bit closer. Heard a little beep there. I don't believe that was anything going on here. I think that was just a little beep. Okay, I'm going to move it back to a level 5 throttle now. And holding. Yep, losing speed. That's fine. I can take that. That's acceptable. This is acceptable. We're 14 miles away. We're now in mile-a-minute territory for sure. We're actually a little over that. So we're actually looking very good at this point. 1.25 miles a minute. 1.25 miles per minute. That means we can knock off 3 more miles in the 12 minutes we're working with here. That means, yeah, we could be there in 10 minutes. We could be. But I'm sure we're going to have a speed drop at some point, so it's not going to be that easy. This is a go via task, by the way. You don't actually have to stop. We just have to arrive at Haymarket by that time. And then we stop at Waverley. So once we have our 1,000 points, we want to make sure we don't lose them. We can just go in slowly at that point. So that's what we're going to try and do. We're going to get down to the speed limit. We're going to get our points, and we're going to call it a day. We have a 60 coming up, so we're not going to speed too much more in this area. We're going to bring our throttle, cutting it back a little bit right now. We're going to actually idle it after we pass this signal and see what happens. Actually, we're not going to idle it because we're losing enough speed right now to work with. So this is a good start. This is a good start. And I need to drop more speed, so I'm going to go ahead and idle that throttle now. We're going to put the brakes on. I'm going to try to maintain mile a minute here if I can. Did it. Back to a level 4 throttle so we don't lose too much speed. That's exactly what I want to see. Level 5 to try to gain a little bit. There's the path to Dalmany. End of the 5 circle. Now we're getting into the Edinburgh territory. Edinburgh Park is going to be the next station coming up. We have 10 minutes to make our go via point. We have all the time on Earth to make our stop. Those headlights, I swear, still don't do anything. Yeah, you still can't see a thing. Are they bad headlights? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do to make those headlights help you see any better, but hey, another fast train. We're going to increase our speed again because we're getting into our next 75 speed limit, so here we go. Getting down to 9 minutes to go 10 miles. which seems challenging until we get to a 75, which we're in right now. So that will actually help us get to the pace we need to be able to complete this successfully. If we can go 4 minutes at this 75 speed, we're in pretty good shape. Even if we are slightly late, it's okay. We only need 208 points. We can be 2 minutes late, lose 180, and we're still good. Now keep in mind, I am playing an edited version of the scenario. In fact, you can actually see that when I bring up the information on the in the top left corner of the screen there, where at the top of the task list, you can actually see it says copy on it. So this is a copy of the scenario. This is not the official scenario. Like I said, I will try to make this copy, or at least a copy, available on the workshop for those who want to use it. And if you do want to put it in place of the original scenario, and you know how, make sure you don't lose the original scenario, because otherwise you're going to have file verification purposes later. But you can still take it out, and you can still put the other one in and have the other one do the job on the short term. That is still possible. It will involve editing the folder name and the dev string in 2 instances in the notepad file for the XML file for the scenario properties. That's what it involves. If you know how to do that, do it, and you can get your 1,000-point score. There is a 170-406 heading for Glasgow Queen. We're on the main line. This is where all the Edinburgh-Glasgow and Glasgow-Edinburgh trains hang out. I'm having some thoughts on the edited version of the scenario as well. I've been thinking about that while I've been quiet for a moment there. I'm actually wondering if I should just make a 1,000-point scenario. But the problem with that is then you can go really, really slow and take your time, and then it might break signals and things in the scenario. So I think I have to actually keep the timings in this one just because of the length of the scenario. I think I actually have to keep those timings. Oh well. It was a good thought. Okay, we are now a little less than 6 minutes to go, a little less than 6 miles. We are at the pace we want to be at right now, as long as we don't have to drop too much below 60 in the future. And we still have a good mile and a half ahead, at least, where we can go 75. So we're doing okay right now. We're in good shape. Our ETA says otherwise. Maybe the speed limits are really, really slow up ahead. But I think we're okay. Don't speed. Bring it back. Don't speed. Don't speed. Thank you. I think I noticed a slight amount of lag there. What can you do? Old route. Though that really has nothing to do with the lag, so I don't know why I'm blaming the old route. Just convenient to blame the old status on something. It's old, it will lag. No, it's an old game, that's why it's lagging. I'd be curious where the Edinburgh-Glasgow route actually shows up on Train Sim World someday. In a much, much improved form. I mean, they did what they're doing with Cahoon Pass. on the new version on Train Sim World 3. So they are doing it with Cahoon Pass. They could do it with Edinburgh-Glasgow. They very well could. In fact, I think another UK route would have been better for the game than just extending the one to Ashbury, because technically I've already bought the other route. Now I have to rebuy it with Ashbury? Nah, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth $59.99 Canadian to do that. But I will give DTG props for one thing. They certainly did have some hype for that reveal, because they ran that Five Nights at Freddy's setup on a train track somewhere in the world, showing or just hearing trains go by every few minutes, and it really created that vibe of, ooh, it's a ghost train. Ooh, there's something weird going on here. So I give DTG huge props for the hype they put around that preview stream. It's too bad it's not up now. I don't think they've actually put it back up. But I really, really found that funny what they were doing there. It really did build up some hype. So they definitely did get the hype going. The question is, will the product be worth the price? And I think it's going to take a good sale to get people to buy in at that onto the new version of the game. Even though it is 3 routes, even though technically it's $20 a route. When you already own one of the routes, that means you're basically getting $30 for 2 routes, and that's, yeah, you get all your routes upgraded, but it almost seems kind of pointless at that stage. So 25 coming up, we're going to have a major drop, and Haymarket is right after that. So we're going to start, I'm going to start breaking, actually I'm going to start breaking now. It's a good idea to start breaking now, I think. Let's see how it responds. So we got our yellow signal. That's a double yellow. That's a regular double yellow. That is some kind of access point, which I assume is stairs. I don't know. We're going to have a much larger brake application at this stage, I believe. That's a regular single yellow signal. That's got to be coming up there. I need a little more brake power quickly. That did not want to take. Again, it did not want to respond on the alert. Wow. We're being alerted for the lane change at this point. Now, we don't know if the signal is going to be red coming up. That's the part I do not know. I'm down at 25 now, so I'm taking the brakes off, and we're going to coast for a moment to see what comes along up ahead. But I have a feeling that everything we need to see go by has already gone by, so we can probably just continue along and go straight to... what am I hearing? Hello. 170418 is coming along. That's who that is. So if we peer ahead here, we have a green signal, so we're good to go. No concerns. We have 1 minute to get to Haymarket. Interesting shift in engine audio there. And once we do make it to Haymarket, I'm just going to go ahead and probably just stay at 20 to 25 until we get to the 20. We're coming to a 35 at Haymarket. I really don't care right now. I don't want to chance this. We're going to have a perfect score. Why would we chance this? Right? Why would we chance it? There's the 20 right up there. Just keep it at 20. I'll put a little bit of throttle on to stay at 25 for now, but we are going to get it down to 20 pretty quickly before we get to that 20 sign. Oops, try that again. There's our perfect score. Let's keep it now. $20.35 was indeed the right timing for that platform. So that was a very good timing guess on my part there. Even though it showed a departure of 2039 for some stupid reason, Don't know how that happened, but it happened. Apparently I was supposed to set the departure to move it backwards. So yeah, 2036 to be a little generous on that one. I'll probably give another... I'll figure out how I want to do timings. I'm going to review the video and make a decision on that. I'll post it with whatever... These worked, but I'm going to post it with whatever timings would work for you guys. It's probably identical to what was in my playing here. Excuse me. Okay, let's get that throttle off. Let's get that speed down to 20. Small brake application now just to start that work. Here we go. We might not get down in time. I might need another brake burst. We'll find out. Actually, no, I'm not taking a chance. Quick brake burst. There we go. That'll do. Perfect. I'll take that. I'm just going to stay between around 15 to 20 from now. I'll let it drop to 15. I don't care. We're not going to let this go bad. Alright, so we're getting into the Edinburgh area. We just went through the Mounds Tunnel, or maybe this is the Mounds Tunnel coming up. That was the Haymarket Tunnel back there. So we're coming up to the Mounds Tunnel right now. You can see the yellow signal up ahead, which we are going to respond to as soon as we're able to. Interesting, I don't think there is a AWS ramp for this signal. Well, there you go. No AWS ramp for this double yellow signal. We're heading to platform 19 now. I should know that already. I've seen this before. I know there's a signal without a AWS ramp in this area. Put a little more brakes on as we start coming in. Thank you, train, for responding to that. So we're going down past one of the platforms here. I don't know which one. I wanted to look out the window, so that's not exactly what I wanted to do. Here we go. So, whoops, that's also not what I wanted to do. There we go. Let's respond to that. That's platform 19 we're passing by, so there you go. Platform 19 comes before platform 1. I don't even think I heard an alert on this signal, interestingly enough. Like, are there no alerts because all trains stop here? Is that what's going on? Like, what's going on? Doesn't make sense. Ah, platform 1's on this side. Okay, that's what's going on. We're crossing the track to platform 1. Gotcha. That's platform 2 over there by platform 19. So I'm going to start braking a little more again. We're going to probably get jolted. There it is. There is the jolting experience. Let's take the brakes off again so we can coast in slowly. We're going to have one more jolting experience as we come to a stop. Looking forward to the freight discomfort level on this. There we go. That'll do. Let's look at the train as we finish the scenario. There you go, the debut of the Armstrong Powerhouse 66 and of all Armstrong Powerhouse trains on this channel. Let's turn the headlights off. Let's put the taillights on just to... Yeah, there we go. Nice work there, driver. You managed well with the runaround loops and can now hand over to the next driver. I don't know why I put the taillights on. Yeah, they're stuck on now. So make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I hope you like this two-part look at the final of the Class 66 scenarios edited form. Look on the workshop for some edited version of this. Obviously, mine is set to go on the DTG version in terms of the points scored, and you're going to see that in a second on the scoring screen. So I'll see you up there. And there it is. So we have the on time on all 3 stops, and I'm going to review the video and make sure the proper timings are in here to match those. So at least it still remains a bit of a challenge for anyone playing it. But I played this at a bit of a more casual pace than most people would. So actually, let me rephrase that. I played at the casual pace that most people would. I didn't try to run it as the Indy 500, trying to stay at the speed limit the entire time, because it's kind of hard to do that in the AP version of the train, especially. You're going to have realistic engine operations, so it's not going to be possible to do that all the time. But when you get to the DTG version of the train, let's just say that it doesn't respond properly to the way the engine should work either all the time. You also don't have the AWS alert because for some reason that's broken. I don't know why. And that needs to be fixed by DTG, I would say. But besides all that, yeah, I like the scenario. I like the double runaround. I just don't like the 5 miles per hour. I'm sure it is real. The 5 miles per hour is real inside of Larbert. But trust me, it is not fun to do that. I think it's only a small siding. Anyway, again, make sure you like the video again. Make sure you stay tuned for more on the Edinburgh-Glasgow playlist if you are seeing that. This, I don't think I have any immediate plans for something coming up on this playlist, but you are going to see more Class 66. I should probably give it its own playlist, to be honest with you. But you are going to see more Class 66. And I haven't decided which one's going to bring up yet. I know Celta Carlisle has a Class 66 comes with it. I'll save that for later because I'm going to probably replace that with the with these models. I'm probably going to use the Armstrong Powerhouse models in place of it because, you know what, why not? Seems like a good idea at the time. I don't know. So I'm going to possibly do that. Replace the V1 with the V2 and see if it works. And we have the Freightliner. Well, we just said the Freightliner ones. We have the Power Haul ones, which are not necessary. I'm told that the Armstrong Powerhouse pack updates them. I don't know how, because you know they stay in their own folder, but apparently they get updated too. And we have the EWS ones, and I'm going to see if I can find some DRS scenarios, direct rail services scenarios that we can play as well. I may need to install a lot of other DLC to do that. Yeah, make sure you come back. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That is free. There's no cost to that. So I'll see you next time. I'm Cycling. Have a wonderful day, evening, night, whatever it is for your part of the world. I'll see you next time, probably for some more Class 66, but we'll see what happens. See you next time. Bye-bye.